Namaste everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the spiritual secrets for becoming magnetic. Usually, whenever we hear about manifestation, whenever we hear about becoming a magnet, all the things are about the secrets of the ego, about desires. But today we are going to talk about the immense power that your spirit has that will make you a really powerful magnet. So let's start with the first one, which is you are whole. Your spiritual nature is pure wholeness. And I'm not talking about the physical ego here, because the ego is conditioned to believe that it lacks everything. But the truth is that you are divine, you are spiritual, not just a physical being. And that physical aspect lacks nothing. But we are really unaware of that. We are completely disconnected from this wholeness. We constantly live in lack. Our mentality is that I don't have enough, I never have enough. And the hunger of the ego is like a bottomless abyss. It is never fulfilled. It can't be fulfilled because it lacks depth. It lacks something real, which is your spiritual nature. This spiritual wholeness is so whole that even if you add something to it, it remains the same, which is whole. And if you subtract something from it, remove something from it, it's not possible. It will still remain the same. It's an analogy from an ancient scripture called the Upanishads to explain that your true nature is whole, complete, full. And the moment you become aware of your spiritual nature and you become aware of that wholeness, which is beyond physicality, and another metaphor that can help you to understand the wholeness is of water. The water that is in the ocean takes different forms. Sometimes it takes the form of waves. Sometimes the wave is created, sometimes it vanishes, but every time it remains the water, it remains whole. If we don't differentiate between the water of the wave and the ocean, if we just see it as water, if we don't give names, if we don't categorize, it's all the same. It's one wholeness. So that's the nature of consciousness, not the ego. The consciousness which is experiencing the physical form, it is full, it is whole, it lacks nothing. But we are completely disconnected from that consciousness. We think of ourselves just as the ego. There is a higher consciousness and we are also that. And this experience is something that happens in the background of consciousness. Just like when you watch a movie, there is a projector screen on which images are projected. When you're watching the movie, you become identified with everything that's happening to the character. Sometimes you cry, sometimes you laugh. But in actuality, the truth is that it's just a plain screen, a white screen on which the film is projected. Now this projected film is the ego. That is the illusion of the self. And it is very real. The experience is very real. I'm not denying that you are not the human experience, but you are also the consciousness. When you have this integration, when you have this equilibrium, that you know I am both, that gives you immense power. Because on the surface level, the ego can feel, I don't have this, I don't have that. I have this desire, it's not fulfilled yet. I lack everything. Especially when it comes to the financial aspect. There is a lot of fear around money and it instantly triggers your survival. So it's very easy to lose sight of your consciousness. Because you can't see it, you can't grab it. You can only see the physical, you can only grab the physical. So you think that's the only truth. But only those few individuals who take the time to search within, to discover themselves beyond the ego, they will unlock this wholeness which is not dependent on any physical desires. Without this spiritual connection with your consciousness, with your true nature, no matter how many desires you manifest with the ego, with just the ego, there will never be the finish line. There is no end to it. Because the main energy through which the ego operates is fear and greed. And if you really want real happiness, if you really want to become a real magnet for real things, which is value, which is purpose, which is giving, not just taking. Just look at nature. There are many examples, whether it's a river that is flowing by, it's not drinking its own water, whether it's a tree, it's not eating its own fruit. We are not separate from nature. We also have the ability to give, and that's the ultimate purpose of the consciousness, to play with the energy. When a tree is giving its fruit, that's the play of energy. It's not manipulation. So your intention really matters when you are on this path. If you manifest from pure intentions, if you feel that wholeness deep within you as your spiritual being, everything on the outside starts shifting to match that frequency. Which brings me to the next point. that everything in your life is the projection of your own energy. In Sanskrit, it's called Yatha Drishti Tatha Srishti, which means as is your perception, as is your world. So you are literally creating your world through your perception, through the lens with which you see the world. It can also translate to you create your reality. So we all live in the same world physically, but when it comes to vibrationally, we all are living in different worlds. Our frequencies are different. A very good example would be that in a family, if there are two children, they can be raised in the same house, same environment, but because something changed, their energy changed, their frequency changed, their mindset shifted. Now the one child will be completely different from the other one. Maybe the one child decides to break the cycle, and as they become the adult, they become the cycle breaker. They become the black sheep. They completely outgrow all the generational curses, and they realize the power of their perception. They realize that they are creating their reality, and they hold the vibration of love. They hold the vibration of oneness. They hold the vibration of unity consciousness, and the outside world will slowly start projecting that. It will start reflecting what you already have. It's a mirror, but we never see reality as this. We always see it as something which is happening separate from us, because we only know the ego's perspective. We don't know the spiritual significance of your reality. Everything that's happening is to make you aware of something that is within you. Everything is a projection. Nothing ever happens by a coincidence. Every experience that you are given by the consciousness is to become aware of yourself, is to go within and to become aware that where I need to shift my perception, shift my vibration, so that I can become more magnetic, so that I can live my life more effortlessly, so I can flow more. But the ego's way is very different. It's how can I force more? How can I control more? The very idea to relinquish control doesn't align with the ego, because it wants power. It wants to be in control all the time. And your spirit likes to flow. It doesn't need control. Does the seed need control to grow into a tree? In the forest, no one is giving water to the trees. In very thick rainforest, everything is happening on its own. It's like a natural rhythm. No one is controlling anything. A seed becomes a tree. Who is forcing that energy? Where is the force? The point I'm making is that when you are connected to your spiritual self, when you know yourself as consciousness, you realize that there is no force required. You just need to flow. You just need to align your vision. You just need to shift your frequency. And unfortunately, the frequency at which majority of the masses are vibrating is of fear. And fear blocks you completely from your consciousness. A fearful person lives in survival. They can't think beyond it. They only think of survival. So the greatest test for you is to see beyond those fears, to see beyond survival. There is a higher possibility, and that higher possibility is unlocked through your heart, not through the mind, not through the fears, but with the love that is within you. So if you start embodying energy that is very different from fear, from survival, you start moving into a new energy. You start outgrowing the past completely. This is where the next point is very important, which is the law of impermanence. Everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent, and the ego wants to make everything permanent. Everything that you have experienced since childhood till now, it wants to carry it, it wants to glorify it, it wants to own it, it literally wants to possess it. And you can't carry the past. It's not possible, because it's gone. You can't have the same level of connection, especially if you are keep on growing, you are changing, you are evolving. And how can you remain with the same kind of people? It's just not possible. It is only possible for the ego. It is only possible when you are remaining the same. On the mental level, you keep on telling yourself, I am changing, I am seeing things in a new way. You can keep telling yourself the story, but you keep living the same life. You don't transform, you don't change anything. You don't align your life with your values. You don't align your life with what actually matters. You just keep living the same life. The ego likes to hold the past. It likes to possess it. You can't remain friends with the people who you knew 20 years ago. It's just not possible, because you were a different person then. You are a different person now. Even if you meet them and try to project the image that you are really good friends, it will just be an image. It's not the truth. So you are just fooling yourself and you're fooling them, because you will not be able to connect on that level. It will just be on a surface level. I know this person from 20 years ago. That's why we are connected. So this law of impermanence makes you aware that you can't carry everything. And the ultimate truth is that you can't carry this lifetime. All the money, all the things that you acquire, all the fame, everything that you get in this lifetime. The moment you die, it's not gonna be there anymore. You can't take it with you. Everything is temporary. When you deeply understand this, you're able to flow more. You're able to accept that life is new every moment. Why am I holding on? Letting go comes naturally to you. You're able to see that life is temporary, everything is temporary. So why am I holding on to the things that are 20 years old? Because that gives me identification. It gives me an identity that I am this person. I have this, I have that. Even people. Ego likes to identify itself with people. People from 20 years ago. I know this many people. I am more because of these people. The ego never knows that you are already whole. It never truly knows that. That's why it ties its own identity with other things, with other people, with places, so that it can feel, I am more now. So the more things the ego is identified with, the more it feels my identity is stronger. And your spiritual self, your consciousness does not need any identity. It knows that you are already whole. You are already full. So every new possibility that is coming your way, you can only see that when you're not grabbing the past, when you're open to new, when you're always flowing with life. And always the universe is helping you to outgrow the old. It wants you to keep on changing, keep on evolving. That's the nature of life. You are being pro-nature, pro-universe when you are keep on evolving. But when you are holding on to the past, you are being stagnant. You are being anti-life. Life is not supposed to be lived in the past, with the past. It is supposed to be a momentum into the future, through the now. And in this now moment, all you have is past. You are creating more of that. So break free from all the things that make you feel that you are stuck, that you are your past. You are more than that. You have that potential. Every new possibility that is given to you by the universe, say yes to it and move towards it. There is a great saying that don't be a prisoner of your past. Be a pioneer of your future. So don't be in a rush to make things permanent. Take your time to manifest your reality. It's more important to become a magnet for the things that actually matter to you. And if you truly become aware of this wholeness, you realize that I am so full that I need nothing. And this feeling that I need nothing attracts everything to you. The saying, needing nothing attracts everything, is very true. And if you understand this from this standpoint, the standpoint of your spiritual nature, that I am already whole, I am already full, and if you feel that vibration and you stay with it, then everything starts shifting. Then the right things, the right people, everything starts coming to you. You become the magnet because you are not needing anything. The ego is constantly needing things, wanting, desiring. And when you transcend that, you manifest from your soul. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like, comment, share. You can also support my work by hitting the thanks button. And please make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video. Much love to you all.